Hey, Roberto Monaco here with the Chiro Speaking Company and Influenceology. And today I have my brother, Dr. Josh Wagner. Dr. Josh, what's happening?
Hey, nice to see you, Roberto. Great to be here.
I'm super excited to have a conversation. Dr. Josh is putting an amazing event coming up on October 14th, 15th in Dallas. There's a link below here. Dr. Josh is the founder of Patient Mastery. And today I want to have an interview here, ask him what's the benefit of attending the event, why he developed Patient Mastery, and maybe he can tell us some stories of his clients. So Dr. Josh, welcome. So why Patient Mastery?
Absolutely. Hey, Roberto, and thanks for all you guys watching out there or recording. So Patient Mastery is here to help chiropractors become the go-to DC in your community, in your office, in your own headspace, with your best collections ever, more time off, and less stress in practice. I've been where I graduated practice, listened to all the practice management at the time, felt like I was banging my head against the wall, didn't want to use scare tactics, cheap first visits, all the stuff that keeps chiropractors stuck, oftentimes below the $20,000 a month collections mark. We help docs shatter collection ceilings, get through them, while being honest, truthful, powerful, and leading your patients. And everything we teach you to say and do, you'd be proud if your own mother was a patient in your practice. So we're just taking the level of professionalism and leadership and integrity in our field to another level, whether you're cash-based, whether you're insurance, whether you're straight chiropractic, or you do modalities or functional medicine or anything. These strategies work. And the Dallas seminar, October 14th, 15th, it's a member event. So you'd be coming as our guest. It's new patient attraction focused. And that's why I'm excited to have Roberto there being one of the expert guest speakers on crafting your story and getting more talks and getting more new patients in the door from who you are, not just an ad.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love the line that you said, that you be proud as if your mom is going to, you present your care to a mom. I love that. How long have you been practicing chiropractic?
I graduated in 2010, and since about 2015 have been teaching chiropractors. So over the last 7 years, we've created an incredible formula of, we call it the 6-question consult, this beautiful consult of patients wanting your exam, wanting you to find what you're looking for in your exam, and wanting you to be their chiropractor and pay you, even if insurance doesn't cover. From there, a 5-step recommendations, less than 10 minutes. Again, whether it's a medical doctor sitting in front of you, your own mother, or, I used to, when I would teach it at seminars, I'd say, hey, CNN could be in the back of the room. And if they broadcast this, there'd be no worries. How many other chiropractic
That's good.
How many other chiropractor seminars have you been to where you'd be like, I can't imagine if the public knew what was going on in here. And that hurts your just intrinsic confidence, credibility, and what I call your deserving belief of the practice success you want. So we also, half of the seminar is all focused on headspace and mindset of creating, increasing, and strengthening your deserving belief for getting paid out of pocket, for having your best collections, your most successful practice, and most successful life. And we give you, the care plans, when it comes to creating care plans, creating your fees, the templates that are so simple, so professional, and don't come off to a patient like it's a timeshare sale and confuse them, where then they have to say, oh, like I got to go speak to my spouse, or I got to think about it, or after the holidays. You just have people saying, hey, can we start today? I'm excited. Referring and writing reviews online even before they get the results that they were looking for, and hopefully you will get them. So it transforms how practice feels and the profitability when people are saying yes, paying, and you're not feeling like you have to bang your head against the wall 10, 20 years in practice when you shouldn't at that level with your expertise and skill.
Yeah. Now, from all the chiros, and you coach, hundreds of chiropractors, what is one of the most common mistakes that you've seen they do in terms of communication or presenting care? What is the one of the mistakes that you've seen before they become your clients?
Yeah, great question. I'm glad you brought this up, because if you're watching this, and even if you never come to the seminar or never join me, this is going to transform your practice. So one of the biggest Achilles heels in chiropractic, and it's it's been, especially in the last 30 years since insurance came about and practice management, or now 40 years, is chiropractors think that your new patients have to agree with, accept, and understand chiropractic in order to pay out of pocket, follow your recommendations, and really be a good patient. So think about that. They have to agree with chiropractic, meaning like the understanding and philosophy of chiropractic as a healthcare paradigm different than medicine. Accept it, same thing, or understand it. So that's where a lot of patient education has come from in the last 40 years. Like, we've got to get patients to understand the subluxation complex and why it takes this many visits and why it takes this amount of time and what to expect as they're getting, like, all this education that probably for you overwhelms you when you see new patients on the books. Like, you want new patients, you need new patients, but you think, ugh, I've got to convince this person, or I've got to sell this person or close this person. And inherently, you probably got into chiropractic to help people, not to be a salesperson. So when you have those feelings, it crushes your leadership and credibility, because you don't even realize it, but your body language will be different, your voice will be different. And then, of course, if you feel like a scripted robot, the patients are going to feel that. The biggest thing when it comes to communication is, it may be tough for you to believe me or trust me, but actually letting go of patients needing to agree with, accept, or understand chiropractic. So 80% of all of the communication in that realm, let go. And instead of making it about your care, whether it's chiropractic, laser, decompression, weight loss, instead of making it about chiropractic, make it all about them, what they want, the difference it's going to make in their life. And they know that you understand that, you want that for them. And if you believe it's true, that you can help get them there. When you make that switch, you can speak 80% less, practice gets so much easier, and the retention, the referrals, the investment comes in so much easier.
That is definitely a different paradigm. I haven't heard that one yet. Definitely a different paradigm. So can you give an example of a couple of clients that you have helped? Where were they before, and then through your coaching, your ideas, methodology, what happened to them?
So a very common cohort in chiropractic, I mentioned it, is getting stuck at different collections ceilings. So for instance, the most common one is right below or around the 20,000 a month mark, like between that 15 to 25. There's many reasons for it, and we teach what you need to start doing if you're not, and what you need to stop doing when you're in that level to break through it. But that's a very common one. And if you YouTube me or look on Facebook, I have great case studies and testimonials, like Dr. Rena Tenozzi in Northern California, solo chiropractor, single mom of two in an expensive part of the country outside of San Francisco suburbs, was stuck at 18 to 20,000 a month for 20 years. Single mother of two kids in an expensive part of the country. If that's your practice collections, you're just getting by. Like, you're probably not really knocking out student debt or saving for the future. She went from 18,000 a month to over 90,000 a month.
Wow.
Without any new services, without any more advertising, without any more days in the office. And in fact, she scaled back. And just think about the difference right there in knocking out debt, saving for the future. And, I remember her emailing me early on when she went from 20 to like 35, just saying, hey, I got a new car and I didn't have to worry about getting the add-ons. That's never happened in her life before. Like, the upgrades of the special features in the car. So a lot of docs, another doc in, I don't want to say his name because he just told me recently, but beginning of last year was at that 25,000 a month mark. He hit 75,000 a month last month. And just like, so those are that category.
It's amazing.
The other stuck points are around the 35 to 40,000 a month. That's a common stuck point. Around the 60,000 a month mark, that's a common stuck point. And then at the $1 million mark, in the low 80s, but wanting to do more. And Lewis Clark, you'd actually meet him. He's a doc, 30 years in practice in Texas. He came to me after 30 years of coaching, getting good coaching with about 100,000 a month average practice with one associate, and knew he could do better, wanted to help more people, and also wanted to take more time off. And within a year, is at the 180,000 a month mark with more weeks off per year. So he's one of the docs that usually shares at the seminars. You meet him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just at every level, you need different things. But
For
when you
sure.
have patient-centered communication, when you let go of thinking you need to sell patients or convince them, and you have this process that just helps them get to where they want to go, and yeah, of course there's a price for it, and they're going to be happy to pay because it's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to pay for chiropractic care, but they want to pay for the expected results they're looking for.
Amen.
Notice what I said. You don't have to guarantee results either, which isn't true. And people don't really believe that anyway, but they're happy to pay for the optimistic expectation of the results that you believe you're going to get. And that's what we show you how to do in the new patient process.
That's awesome. So let's talk about your events. I'm super excited. First time speaking at Patient Master. I'm super honored. So give us the breakdown. What is the expectation for the doctors that want to join us in Dallas? What is the expectation?
If you want to come to Dallas, so it's full day Friday and Saturday. We give you lunch, so you're with us. You don't have to go find it on your own. We have events both nights. Instead of it being a seminar where you're just sitting and listening to different speakers, like we actually only have 2 expert speakers. Roberto's one of them. So much of the weekend is you're actually connecting and working with the other docs to get ideas from each other, get help from each other. So you leave not just with a ton of ideas and information from the stage, but actual practical, tangible, like this is working in these other docs' office. They showed me how to do it. You're going to meet friends, you're going to meet colleagues you stay connected with. There's just, it's another level of intimacy and connection than most other seminars I've been to, where it's very passive and you're just watching. So even if you don't know anyone there, within the first 2 hours, you will have new friends and people you just trust and connect with, because we build it into the program. So it's awesome.
That's awesome. By the way, guys, for those who are watching live and watching the recording, there's a link below here to learn more about how to register for the upcoming event. Dr. Josh, a final question here. What is in your perspective, what is the future looks like for chiropractors and chiropractic? What does the future look like?
Great question. Wasn't prepared for that. And so the future is going to look, ever since Chiropractic 1895 started, it immediately within the next few years broke off into many different techniques. That's only happening at another level right now with services. So again, I can help chiropractors whether they do laser and decompression or they're straight and don't do anything outside of using their hands. That's going to continue to happen. And there's just going to be more and more factions in our profession. And that's neither good nor bad. What matters is you in your practice, you delivering the service that you believe in and realizing that you can make the money you want to make and help the people you want to help by doing what you believe in and not feeling like you need the widget or the shiny object. And it's fine if you really believe in the widget or the shiny object, that's fine. But no matter what level you're at, no matter what service you choose to provide your patients, when you're doing it from the right place and are using proven strategies, you can have the practice and the lifestyle and the security that you want, as long as you're not trying to just figure it out on your own or doing stuff that you've been told works, but because this is very common in the profession, doesn't feel right in your belly. That's happened to me, and that happens to too many chiropractors. So the future of the profession is you can be as successful as you want or as stuck as you want doing whatever form of chiropractic is legally allowed in your area. That's my best answer. I don't have
appreciate it. But that's the whole idea. I'm more about, one of my core values is about congruency, being congruent. And as a leader, I want to just your heart speaking here, which you did. So thank you so much. Again, guys, I'm super excited to hope you guys can join us. It's going to be October 14th, 15th in Dallas, Patient Mastery. There's a link below here. Specifically, I'll be talking about how to use stories to promote your practice, to get new gigs, to increase conversion, to increase patient retention. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools that you can use as a leader. And I was just thinking the other day, Dr. Josh, we cannot be a leader in the health industry with a C level of communication. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have like grade A as a leadership, with a C-level, get a grade, a C communication. So that's why I'm so excited to be joining you and the amazing doctors at the patientmastery.com. Dr. Josh, thanks so much, buddy, for being here with us today. Join us. I see you in Dallas. Talk soon.
Thank you, Roberto.
Bye-bye.